Okay.
What is it?
Okay. While you try and connect, you can still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Nice to meet you. By the way, my name is Flynn. What's your name?
My name is Gilson.
Okay, Josan. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
So,
too.
would you like to wait and try and set up on your notebook, or is okay for you to have a conversation while you try?
It's okay. I'm
Yeah?
trying to connect on laptop, but it's okay to me talking to you here.
Yeah, okay, no problem. That's fine. All right. So I think we can just start, and then if anybody else joins, then we'll catch up a little bit. But for now, because it's our first time meeting each other, shall we start with some introductions, just so we get to know
Okay.
each other? Yeah. Would you like to go first, or shall I go first?
Yeah, I can start. My name is Gilson. I'm 60. I'm a father of three, but just one is my my son. When I got married the second time, my wife just had a couple. So I'm now
Okay.
I'm father of three,
Wow.
and I have two grandsons, 4 years
Wow.
each other. I live in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. That's it. Now I'm
Very
starting my
nice.
retire start my retirement. I stopped working December, last December.
Oh, good for you. How is retirement?
Not very retirement at this moment. I started a construction in my house.
Ah, okay. So you swapped working for volunteering at your own house.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Thank you very much. For me, my name's Flynn. I'm from London in England. And now I live in the Philippines. I've lived here for about 7 years, and I have one daughter also, and I moved here because of my hobbies, which are surfing and scuba diving. That's it for me. Um,
I I like go biking.
yeah, nice. So,
Uh,
a question for you. Why are you taking English classes of any kind? Is it just for fun, or do you like to travel, or do you like to meet new people? What's your reason for
uh,
taking English classes?
I think it's important to communicate everywhere. I intend to travel abroad. And English is the most common language.
Yeah.
So I want to travel and to study too. I'm a Bible believer. I like to study the Bible, and many scholars they have your works in English. The most I think is in English. So
Ah,
it's
okay.
important to study too. Yeah, and if you want to work, it's you can earn more
Yeah.
knowing another language.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, very good reasons. Three very good reasons. That makes sense. So where would you like to travel to? Do you know, or not yet?
Uh, uh, I I would like to travel to Israel and
Ah,
in
well.
Europe as well. My daughter at this moment is in Sevilla, España.
Ah, well.
But that
Okay.
is Spanish, né? But we can communicate in English either.
Yeah, that's true. If you have English, let's say for Israel and for Spain and most countries, if you don't speak Hebrew or Spanish, English
Uh,
will be enough. So yeah, that makes
Port-
sense.
Portuguese is very difficult for
Yeah,
other people.
yeah,
I think so. I listen saying that. I don't know very well.
yeah. Okay, good for you. That makes sense. Nice. Okay, so the topic for today's class is job interview. But you're seeing as you're retired now as of December,
Yeah,
we we
but
can do the topic, but just for English reasons, not for interview reasons, because hopefully you don't need to take an interview again.
maybe I used to say that the future just God knows.
Yeah,
We don't know the future.
yeah,
Maybe
that's
I
true.
retired and maybe I can go to work again. I don't know.
Yeah,
Only God knows.
that's true. Okay, so oh yeah, maybe like you said, you can get more money or more opportunity if there's English. So yeah, let's stick with the topic of job interview, and then maybe yeah, one day who knows, maybe helpful. So if I ask you some kind of interview questions, just very kind of relaxed questions, would
Okay.
you mind trying to give me the best possible answer you can in English? Does that sound good?
Okay.
Okay, sure.
Let me try.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So, very, I'll do what I think, or from my experience, are very kind of typical interview questions. So, one, the first one would be, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Or where would you like to be in 5 years from now?
5 years from now, to be honest, I like I as you said, is a job interview, but if I was going to a job, I would say I want to be better than now, uh,
Good
doing
answer.
good things differently, because the life is changeable, it's movement, and
Yeah,
each day we can get better than this one. And
yeah,
want to be working, doing better things.
yeah. Very good answer. Very positive. I like it. That's true. Okay. Yeah, I think maybe that's better if we pretend it is a job interview scenario. So if you were looking for a job. Okay, another question. Um, why do you think oh okay, this one needs a bit more context. So if you were to do another job, let's say maybe it's voluntary or like a dream job, something that you would do now that you've retired, something that would make you want to work again, like a dream job of some sort, what would it be? What would you do?
Uh, uh, Me and my wife, we do volunteer, job
Ah, well,
volunteer. Uh, uh, we are from Baptist Church, and
yeah.
we have work from uh, addicted persons, and you
Ah,
help
okay.
them. We'll help them. My wife likes to do, I forget, crafting. I think
Yeah,
is it. I don't. I'm not uh, very sure. The works with hands.
yeah.
Crafts is that like
Yeah, yeah,
paintings, patchwork.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Crafts and design. That's it. Wow,
okay.
that's amazing. Good for
And
you.
I, I,
Okay.
I
Yeah.
help her. I help her doing the parts that need to use the machines, electric machines,
Okay.
and she work with them, uh, painting and teaching them things and talk to them.
Yeah.
And it's
Wow.
very nice.
Yeah, it sounds it. That's amazing. Good for you guys. Okay, so let's imagine there is there's a scenario in the future where someone offers you, let's say you go to Spain for a while and someone offers you a job to do something similar. So, to help people with addictions. So if you were applying for this job, the question could possibly be, why do you think that you are a good person to fill the position for this job? So why is this job good for you?
Well, you can say that at first I have a little experience because I just worked a little with it,
Yeah,
and the most important I think is to have a passion to help people, help person, to work
yeah,
with person. Because if you just for job, for money, it doesn't work. It's not good.
yeah.
You must have a love for the other person to
Yeah,
help well.
I agree. That's a good answer. Okay, there's another two-part question. So one would be, can you tell me your biggest strength? So what would you say in can be in personal terms, in life terms, or in career career based? What would you say is your biggest strength about you?
I it's difficult to say things about us.
It
For
is
me, it's
always
difficult.
difficult.
But I don't like to. I used to say because I heard some people saying things about them. Oh, what the hell? If
Yeah, it
he's talking about him,
is the
Jesus said there
awkward
is
thing.
no value.
Yeah,
Others must see what I'm doing and they say if they like, they see, or they don't like it, they see what they like or don't
yeah,
like. But when we say, but I could say I try to be a good person, to be helpful, to be uh, to give companion, to be
yeah,
side by side. But I don't know what's my I think a good something stressful is to recognize that we are nothing and we can do great things if we permit uh, work
yeah,
with other Jesus working with us.
yeah,
I think the strength is in it, not in think that I am something. I'm nothing, but I can do something with Jesus or with my friends.
yeah.
I would say
Ah,
that.
yeah. Very humble answer. I agree with you. It's the very awkward thing about interviews. I don't know in other countries or languages how it is, but often in English, there is a very awkward thing in interview that you will have to talk about yourself. You usually have to say the best thing about yourself and the worst thing about yourself,
Uh,
which is strange, talking about
yeah,
yourself, but it's kind of a test to see how creative your answer can be. Because if you example the next question, which is what is your biggest weakness? For this answer, usually nobody is honest. Nobody says I'm always late or I lose interest after 1 hour or whatever the real thing is that is usually not the answer. So you have to be creative and say something that sounds bad but is not really bad. So can you think of any example in a job interview situation? What would be a good answer for what is your biggest weakness?
Uh, Before answering, I worked 32 years in the same company
Wow.
before retirement. So 32 years ago was my interview. Uh, but okay, let's try to practice my English.
Yeah, yeah. It's a good practice.
uh, Let me see. So I I think something important is you obey the schedule uh, to get at a time and to work it all the time and go back home at the end of the day. But I don't know if it, because I was many years in the same work. At the end, I started not being very sharp at the beginning and never at the end. At the end, I always worked a little more. Né?
Yeah.
But sometimes when at the beginning, when I was late too because some troubles and because I continue after the time, I thought it was not very bad, but I think it's a feel bad,
Yeah.
and perhaps it's my fault.
Ah,
That's my
okay.
fault.
Yeah. That's a good answer. That, especially out of 32 years, most of it was, punctual on time, but sometimes is not so sharp because something happened. So yeah, that's for this question, which is an awkward question, that's a pretty good answer. So some other examples, there's lots of examples, but you could say I'm a perfectionist. If you just want to say something that sounds good but is supposed to be bad, example, you can say I'm a perfectionist. So, I like to have things perfect. So sometimes it takes longer or something like this. Because, if you say I'm a perfectionist, that's kind of a good thing. It means you really care about everything being perfect. But sometimes it means you take too long. So that's an example of something sounds good, but supposed to be bad.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, awkward stage of any interview. You talk about yourself too much. Yeah. Can I ask you what was your job for the last 32 years?
Okay. I was electrician.
Ah, okay.
Uh, I worked at Michelin uh, tire company
Yeah.
by France.
Ah,
You
okay.
know,
Yeah, yeah.
the
Yeah, yeah. The
Michelin.
Michelin Man, the big marshmallow
He
man.
is
Yeah,
Bibendum.
yeah.
I started there in 90, December 90, uh, as electrician, but the factory here in Campo Grande was expanding, and I
Mm,
started mounting machines.
yeah. Ah,
Uh,
okay.
and after 6 years, they ended that expand of the plant, and
Mm,
I continue working in maintenance. Uh,
okay. So do you know
and
why they ended the expansion?
because at that time, but they are always growing, eh?
Yeah.
But at that time, they finished it. They installed all the machines. They were uh, for the number of the tires that they are selling at that time.
Mm.
They
Ah,
are
okay.
not.
So it's just enough. They were ready. They had enough.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That makes sense.
And then I started. They have a good school for uh, for their employees,
Mm.
and we started learning automation.
Yeah,
And at the end, I was electrician in automation,
yeah.
in
Ah, okay.
industry automation.
Yeah, nice. Sounds good. Amazing. Okay. There's a few minutes left. It's up to you. You can choose. Um, so I've been writing some notes about small things like pronunciation or grammar points that could be corrected. You don't have to. Would you like to go through them quickly and do some corrections? But if not, it's okay. It's up to you.
Oh, let me ask you another thing.
Sure.
I didn't get the laptop in his cell phone is better to talk. Uh, how does your class work? You have a schedule to have a program to to each student, or is in general? I think today was just you and me. I was
Yeah,
privileged.
yeah. So for now it is like this way, you take a kind of trial and but it will be the same setup and hopefully in the future there would be some more students. I think usually it's supposed to be maybe 3 or 4 or 5. And then same thing, we just have a bit of conversation and then each week there would be a different topic. So today example was job interview. That's the topic, and we talk about that and some questions. And next week could be sports, and we talk about different sports and some questions. So just change the topic every week, and you just have conversations about it, so everyone can talk. But yeah, usually would be more than just two. But if there's just two, then that's it. It's fine.
Okay. And
Yeah.
if we want to apply to your class, how much is that?
This question is best. Can you see there's another person in the chat, probably the lady that you were speaking to, Adriana. Oh, hello.
Oh, sorry.
You're
Hello?
back. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So this question would be best for Adriana, the lady, excuse me, the lady. She's in this Zoom meeting now. But I'm sure you probably had, so the person you spoke to about joining this class and you've had communication with, it
Okay.
would it would be
Tell
best to
me,
ask her.
tell me sincerely, what do you say to me about my dialogue with you, my interview with you?
Yeah, very good. Very, very good. You're a very nice man. You sound very kind. And your English is very good. Conversational level. Is not there's not really too many problems or anything. We can understand each other perfectly. You gave good answers. It's kind of, relaxed and smooth answers. So yeah, it's very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Uh,
Okay.
are you a believer too?
Of of what? Sorry.
Are you a believer too? You believe in Jesus Christ?
Ah, yeah, I do. My I grew up going to church a lot. My mother and my sister are Christian, and then me, I'm baptized, and I went to church a lot when I was younger. Not so much anymore, but I still believe in Jesus.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He is the way, the truth, and the life. Just
yeah,
may
yeah,
God bless you. It
yeah.
was
You
nice
too.
talking to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I know this one. It started a few minutes late because the problem with the Zoom meeting, but yeah, I would say that's about time because I have another lesson to go to. But it was very nice to meet you.
Yeah,
So thank you very
that's nice
much.
to meet you too.
Yeah, have a good evening and hopefully I see you again soon.
Okay, bye
Okay,
bye.
take care. Bye.